Yo, what's going on, guys? Magnify is back, and today we've got a whole new video for you. Today we are checking out what's in my bag. So, a little disclaimer on this, I am not affiliated with anybody, but I do like some companies over others. So, without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alright guys, so here we are. We've got my bag right here. This is a brand new bag I got for Christmas. It is the Conway and Banks Quack Attack bag. My wife actually got this for me for Christmas, and I've got to say I've been using it since December. Today is, I believe, February 9th, so we've gotten almost a month and change, and I gotta say I love this bag. Now the reason why I love this bag is for a couple different reasons, but for the first thing first, it's got this mesh. Alright, the mesh on the sides, and some of you guys who've played hockey are gonna understand where I'm about to go with this. Have you ever had stinky gear because you left your bag in there? Well, you should watch one of my previous videos. I told you to hang it up and don't be the dirty kid on the team. Anyways, when you do forget, alright, this bag kind of airs it out for you a little bit. Now, it's not gonna be perfect. You still wanna take your stuff out, hang it out, but for more or less, temporary time, you can kind of leave your gear in here and it's going to get a little bit of air. Much more than my older bag. I will show you that on screen in a couple seconds. But that's the first key thing that I really liked about this bag. Secondly, the space. Alright, so all the storage compartments that you have, I can access my jerseys from the top. And then I can flip it over and I can actually access my jerseys from inside the bag as well for quick and easy convenience. But the storage in this bag is crazy. So they kind of created this system, and I've seen other brands do this as well, where you get to actually organize where your stuff comes from. You have a spot for your helmet, spot for your skates, spot for your gloves, and then the rest of your stuff is going on this other side. But this bag does more. Alright, so basically what they did is now you also have a spot over here that will have your stick tape. I got a bunch of Gordies or Howies. You have the wax in here. I even keep my Raycon headphones in here. Now mind you, I'm not sponsored. This is just the stuff I use day to day. Other things that I do like is they give you a spot for your keys. So, you know, you don't have to stuff it in here with all this other stuff, but you can actually slap it inside of here. This is your key spot. But we're gonna go not only inside the bag, but now we gotta talk about this front compartment. Now, this is a feature I really like. So when you're inside the locker room and you don't want to get any kind of bacteria on your feet, especially if your feet have been sweating and you need to change from your skate socks over to your shoes, your personal socks, you slap your feet right onto this mat. It's there for that. It's there so that way you don't get that locker room foot. You don't want that athlete's foot. That's nasty. Alright, so it gets you that. They give you a little spot up here. I actually use this spot for my pucks. I don't know if that's what it's intended for, but that's what I do is I stick 3 pucks in there. I always have 3 pucks when I go to the rink. There is another spot. I'm really gonna have to take everything out to find this spot, but I will bring the camera up closer so that way you can see it too. I don't think you guys can see it. There's a little pocket over there. But anyways, we're gonna jump right into all the rest of my stuff. So, let's get into it. So what do I got? I showed you guys the jerseys. These are a couple of mine. This is my Ice Cats jersey. For those of you guys from Worcester, you're gonna understand. Worcester Ice Cats, back in the 90s, the early 2000s, that was Worcester's team. Now it's the Railers, you know. Still love my teams, but that is one of my favorite jerseys I have right now. I do have, my wife got me this too. For those of you guys who know, I was a big Dragon Ball Z guy growing up. Got the Dragon Ball Z logo. I have old jerseys kicking around too, but those are the two that were in my bag. Jumping forward, I don't know my skate guard when. I lost it last skate, but we got the CCM Jet Speed skates. These are 271s. My wife actually replaced my my old Reebok pumps and got me a brand new pair of skates one of our first years together. And mind you, we've been together for 10 years. These things have seen some work, but they got plenty of life left in them. So they're gonna go back. We got a nice Bauer helmet, nothing crazy. It's got my GoPro up top, my GoPro slot. This was just an upgrade to my old Reebok helmet because that one was outdated, but I went back to the full cage. I was playing with the visor for a couple of years. Once my knees kind of went junky, I couldn't stop nearly as easy. I don't have my my confidence in my stopping as much, but I ended up going with the full cage because I never know when I'm gonna hit the ice. Put that back. Like I said, it's got a spot for it right here. We're going in brand new gloves. Now, I was rocking Easton gloves for a while. I loved my Easton gloves. I had them until they had holes in them. Then I went up and I got a pair of True gloves. Now, I did not like the restriction on the True gloves. I felt like the protection was there, but I just didn't like how it was to move. So I went out and I got a brand new pair of Warrior Alpha comps. These are kind of low level gloves. They're not the super expensive gloves that you're gonna see a lot of these top athletes wear. You're not gonna see Marchand or Leon Draisaitl wearing these. But these were a pair of gloves that gave me the wrist mobility I liked. So I grabbed them, and I've only gotten 2 games out of them. I will let you guys know how I like the Warrior gloves compared to the True. And don't let me, I loved my Easton gloves, but it was time to go. All right, moving on. You're gonna see a little bit of repetitiveness here. We have the Warrior Alpha 30 pants. Now, I got these pants for Christmas. My stepson actually got me these. These replaced my Easton Synergy pants. These I feel much more mobility in compared to my other pants, but that's come to fruition because of the technology that's come out. I feel like I got plenty of support. I actually took a puck off to the hip. These pants actually go much higher than my Eastons did, and it took the majority of the puck. I only had a small mark from where I wasn't padded, but I love these pants. I would definitely recommend them to anybody who is looking for a new set of pants. These are my Warriors. All right, so moving on, we have Warrior, like I said, it's gonna repeat. Warrior Alpha 30 chins. I just replaced my Eastons. Once again, my Eastons have taken a beating, and I will show you those as well. But these, brand new, I really like them. I do have more mobility in these as well. So get rid of those, use the other one. And now we're getting into the Bauer Supreme. These are the 3S. They're mid-level elbow pads. These are senior large. I am a rather bigger dude, if you can't tell already or you haven't been following the channel long. But I really like these. They're comfortable. They have enough room. I do think that if I get any fatter or more muscular, I am going to need a extra large, and I don't think I've seen them in the Bauers. I definitely haven't seen them in Warrior, but these are comfortable. I do recommend them. There's that one, there's the other one. And last but not least, we do have the Bauer Supreme S3 shoulder pads. These are replacing an old pair of CCM that I got a very long time ago, and I actually fractured my collarbone wearing these last year, and I thought to myself, you know, that was a break. If I would have kept my old CCM pads, I'm telling you right now, this was literally like, it was almost like a memory foam topper. Like, it was no padding at all on my old ones. I ended up getting these, and literally 2 skates later, I hit the board so hard that I'm pretty sure that like the people in the next building over heard it. And everybody was scared. They didn't know what was gonna happen. Rolling around, grabbing my shoulder, like, they thought I was concussed. I ended up sitting up. I was fine. I tried to skate again. Realized I couldn't really move my arm or my shoulder at all. And then come to find out that I did fracture my collarbone here. This was this time last year. And, you know, I healed just fine. Like, I have full mobility and back out playing. But if it wasn't for these shoulder pads and I was still wearing my old ones, I would have been so much worse. I swear I would have been shattered. Like, my entire collarbone probably would have shattered. So, shout out to Bauer Supreme. You guys made a great shoulder pad. I only ended up with a fracture, and let me tell you what, I don't think anybody on the ice expected me to hit the boards that hard, but honestly, when you get caught watching the puck instead of where you're going, make sure that you pay attention to where you're going, because getting injured because you're worried about whether or not you scored or not is not the case. I Luis Mendoza the crap out of them boards, I'll tell you what.